Hey everyone, welcome to Virtue Healthcare. This is a bodyweight strength workout. This workout is for anyone who's either starting to train for the first time or after a long hiatus. You won't need anything but your body, so let's get started.
To start, we're going to come on to all fours for some wrist prep. Here our goal is to gently introduce load into our hands, wrists, arms, and shoulders. Looking to bring wrist and hand flexors and extensors through their full length. Looking for a bit of a stretch. Bring your weight over your hands for more pressure. Moving gently side to side. Bring your weight back over your heels to ease the pressure off your wrists and hands, especially if you feel any pinching or discomfort. Start gentle and build a bit towards the end. Remember, we're warming up here. We're looking to activate, challenge our tissue very gently, and get our nervous system ready for the work that we're going to do. Be very thoughtful and intentional with your movements. Stay here on all fours for thoracic spine rotations. The goal here is to challenge thoracic spine rotation, so keeping your hips square to the ground is essential. Make sure your weight is evenly distributed between your knees and your supporting hand throughout the exercise. Keep gentle tension through your abdominals, maintaining a neutral lumbar and thoracic spine. Switching sides. In mobility and warm-up movements, be mindful. You're just getting started. Gently challenge the mobility of your joints and soft tissue, bringing your awareness of your nervous system to the areas of activation. Stepping back into your plank position. Hands underneath your shoulders, tucking your pelvis and engaging through your abdominals for spideys with a twist. Press into the ground from your shoulders, anchoring them into your hips. Tucking your hips, engaging your abdominals. Rotate your torso, pressing your hips down and forward over your front foot by activating through the glute of your back leg. Maintain gentle tension through your abdominals to keep from extending through your lumbar spine. Keep an easy pace, breathing gently. Now that we're back on all fours, we're back to our last round of wrist prep. Here, we're looking to stretch through the flexors and extensors of the hand and wrist. We're looking to challenge the length of the muscles and connective tissue around these structures. Also, we're looking to mobilize the carpals, or the small bones of the wrist. We have 8 small bones in the wrist, and regular maintenance of the connection between these bones is important. Immobility of these bones can make hand-supported positions quite uncomfortable. Tension in muscles crossing the wrist is one of the main issues here. Regular maintenance, mobilizing these tissues, will help with allowing these joints to move easily on one another, decreasing discomfort in hand-supported positions. Staying here on all fours for our last set of thoracic spine rotations. The goal here is rotation through the thoracic spine. So keep your hips square to the ground. It's essential. Make sure your weight is evenly distributed between your knees and your supporting hand throughout the exercise. Switch sides. Keep gentle tension through your abdominals so that you don't extend in your lumbar spine as you rotate. Keep your spine neutral and your movements controlled. Step back into your plank position for our last set of Spideys with a twist. Reach your fingertips toward the ceiling while at the same time pressing into the floor with your supporting hand. Challenge the mobility of your hips as you are able for your body. We all have different restrictions. Always bring your attention back to abdominal engagement and supporting your shoulders by pressing into your palms and anchoring your shoulders down into your hips. Move with intention, challenging yourself. Come up now to standing for bodyweight squats. Feet generally shoulder width apart or slightly wider. Slightly outturned feet. The main thing to focus on here is hip engagement and knee position. Hips should start the movement sitting back over top of your heels. Most of your weight should be in your heel and midfoot. Your knees should stay tracking over your first and second toe. Create rotational tension through the outside of your hip to stabilize your knee and build up your arch. Breathe in on the way down and out on the way up. Now, find yourself an open wall for wall slides. Here, we are looking to work on shoulder strength as well as shoulder and thoracic spine mobility by reaching into the overhead position. Heels should be 6 inches or so from the wall. Bring attention to abdominal engagement, keeping lumbar spine from extending, keeping your thoracic spine and hips on the wall throughout the exercise. As you reach overhead, think about anchoring your shoulders down and into your hips by activating through your lats. Look to keep your hands and arms contacting the wall. Don't force this, however. Everyone has different levels of mobility here. Now, turn to use the wall for support for active hip flexion with rotation. Keep your standing leg active, especially into your glute. With your hip at 90 degrees, we are looking for slow, controlled, internal and external rotation at the hip. Switching sides. Feel free to use no hands for support to challenge yourself through this exercise. Keep your knee in position as you rotate at the hip, challenging your own mobility here. Back now into position for body weight squats. Anchor your shoulders into your hips and spine as you bring your arms forward for a counterbalance as needed. Our tempo here is 3 seconds down and 1 second up. Keep your hips engaged and knees tracking over your feet. Breathing in on your way down and exhaling on the way up. Keep your weight into your heels and midfoot, pressing your hips forward by contracting your glutes to bring yourself into the top position for a full range of motion. Now, come back to the wall for our last set of wall slides. Keep your thoracic spine and hips contacting the wall throughout. Maintain tension through your abdominals to keep yourself from extending in your lumbar spine as you reach overhead. Keep your shoulders engaged into your hips so you don't reach up into your neck. Moving steadily and slowly, being mindful of your movement. It's okay if your arms don't touch the wall here. We all have different levels of mobility. Work to yours and challenge it. Now, bring your hand to the wall for our last run through standing active hip flexion with rotation. Focus on keeping the rest of your body still and supported as you move through rotation. Try not to tip your hips back and forth as you rotate. Switching sides. Breathe slowly and work intentionally, taking your time, challenging your hip rotation. Now, let's bring ourselves down onto all fours for kneeling push-ups. Keep your toes tucked and your shoulders anchored down and into your hips. Hands slightly wider than shoulder width apart and about armpit height. 3 seconds down, 1 second up. As you lower yourself down, think about gently rotating your elbows in towards your sides. We're looking for close to vertical forearm here. Maintain tension through your abdominals and your glutes to maintain a neutral spine. Inhale on the way down and exhale on the way up. Now that we're finished with that, turn onto your back for glute bridge marches. Feet close together and flat on the floor. Tuck your pelvis, engage through your abdominals as you use your glutes to press your hips up into top position. Try not to extend into your lumbar spine here. Be soft in the changing of your supported feet. We want to keep from rocking back and forth through your hips as we change our supporting leg. Only extend at the knee, keeping your upper legs from moving. Maintain activity through your shoulders and arms to help stabilize yourself in this position. Breathing slowly and consistently. Re-engaging where needed to support yourself through to the end of the exercise. And lastly, stay here for dead bugs. The goal in the dead bug is to challenge your core tension and stability as you reach the levers of your arm and opposite leg away from the center of mass. Your lumbar spine should maintain a connection with the floor throughout this exercise. If your lumbar extends away from the floor, don't reach out as far. Move slowly and intentionally. Focus on controlling your body. Only moving out as far as you need to challenge yourself with where you're at. Your health is what matters here. Now, come back onto all fours for the last set of kneeling push-ups. Remember, you can always pause this for a break where you need to. Hold tension through your abdominals and glutes to hold yourself in a neutral position through your hips and spine. Keep your shoulders anchored down and away from your ears. Lightly pull your elbows in towards your side, not allowing them to flare outward. Hands soft, pushing with the weight distributed evenly throughout your palm. Control your descent. Don't allow gravity to pull you down. Now, back onto your back for our last set of glute bridge marches. Roll your shoulders down and away from your ears and into the floor, along with your palms and arms to help stabilize yourself. Hold tension in your glutes to keep your hips in that top position throughout the exercise. Don't extend into your lumbar spine. Maintain abdominal tension to counteract this. Breathing slowly and steadily. Only extend at your knee. And don't allow your hip to drop when lifting your leg. Be soft in your transitions and support yourself through your movements. Hang in there, everyone. This is the last set of our workout. We're almost there. Dead bugs to finish things out. Keep your lumbar in contact with the ground as you lower your arm and opposite leg. Think about keeping your unmoving arm and leg in position as you move. Tension through your abdominals should increase with demand as you reach away from your midline. Focus on slow, controlled movements and breathing. Keep your toes pulled towards your knee and your shoulder into your hip. Now, groove, and move your way out to enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks, Kate.
Thanks for joining our bodyweight strength workout today. If you enjoyed it, we'd really appreciate if you gave this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel to join our Virtue community. And if you'd like to work with us in person, we have lots of virtual training offerings that you can read more about on our website in the link in the description below. See you soon.